gamers, this is Liz Davidson with Beyond Solitaire, and tonight we're going to be doing a playthrough of 51st State. This is a game from Portal Games. It's designed by Ignacy Cevicek, and it is basically set in a post-apocalyptic America. America is basically fallen, and it is our goal to play as one of the competing factions, in this case the Appalachian Federation, to help rebuild a 51st state. In the solo version of the game, we essentially play against an AI player who will take certain automated actions as we go. We are racing against that AI player to be the first to get to 25 victory points. Once you get to 25, that triggers the end of the game, and you count up not only the victory points that you earned along the way, but you get a point for each of your locations as well as some possible bonuses. So we will see how we do against the AI player, and we'll see if we can build an engine that helps us win. We'll start with setup, and what that's going to mean is that I'm going to draw 6 cards, and I'm going to get to choose 4 to keep and 2 to discard. These are pretty good. Okay, I definitely want... So, one thing that's also interesting about this game is that there's different types of locations. Production cards give you stuff at the beginning of each round, and since we're at the beginning, I'm especially interested in producing a lot right now. You can also build features which kind of give you bonuses as you go, and there are also actions that you can take that help you along throughout the game. But right now, I'm interested in production, so I definitely want the Corey and the Assassin. I'm going to take this church, and I'm going to take the skyscraper, and I'm going to discard these 2. So now I have an opening hand of 4 cards, and it's time to officially begin the first turn. So we always start with what's called the lookout phase. That means that you flip over these connection cards. One will be blue and one will be red every single round. This one helps you get red tokens that allow you to attack. This one helps you get blue tokens that allow you to cut deals. So basically each of these cards can be used in 3 ways in the game. The distance here is 1. That means I can pay 1 gray token to build it, like actually over here. I could pay 1 blue token to make a deal with it. Or, since it's in my hand, I could pay a red token to raise it and then just take the spoils from it. So every card that's in your hand, you can choose to play in 3 different ways. And these cards help you to do that. The next thing that you do is you produce. So even though I don't have any production cards yet, I automatically produce specific things based on the faction I'm playing. So I will get 3 workers. I get 1 brick, 1 of these gray tokens, and 1 more card. So I picked up a school. That's a good one. So now I have all my stuff, and we are ready to begin. Oh, there's one other thing we should have done. We have to do the drafting phase. So at the beginning of each turn, you pull 4 cards. Okay. So what's going to happen is I get to pick 1. I'll shuffle these. The AI gets 1. I pick 1. They get 1. And then they get a 3rd one added to their state. So they build a lot of locations immediately, and I have to figure out how to catch up. So I definitely want rubble. Let's see what they get. Ah, they got the pub. I kind of wanted that. That sucks. Oh well. So they get the pub. I get to pick 1 of these 2. Alright, I'll just take brick storage, and they'll get the shelter. And then they get 1 more. Another pub. So basically, the opponent's locations will allow them to score more points at the end, and they also give me something to attack during the game. So even though they don't produce and they don't actually take actions, the locations that they accumulate matter in terms of final scoring and strategically for me as I try to make sure that my score is maximized. Alright, so I will be the first player. I get to go first. What I would like is I want to pick up this junk train. So I paid 2 of my workers for it, and I put it in my hand, and that was my first action. Now the AI is going to take an action. They're automatically going to go for the other connection card. we'll just put it here. Once you run out, you run out. So we'll just put it face up at the bottom to mark that time. For taking a connection card, they automatically get 2 victory points. So they're already ahead of me. And it is my job to figure out how to catch up. Next, I'm actually going to play this card as an action. It's an instant. So I get 3 of these little tokens that let you make a deal. It's a good start. I'll just put this here for convenience. Okay, so now the AI is going to do its automated attack phases. So basically, after it takes one of the connection cards, the AI attacks you. It either hits you and just stops, or it tries to hit you 3 times and then it stops. So I don't actually have anything for it to attack right now, but we'll pull a card anyway. So for this attack round, it pulled a brick supplier, which has a brick and an ammo symbol on it. If I had built something in my state that had a brick or an ammo symbol on it, I would have had it raised. So if this had been in my state, it would have been destroyed. But right now I don't have anything, so no harm, no foul. Now it's my turn again. I definitely want to stall and not build any locations just yet because I would like to keep everything safe for as long as I can. So that's going to mean... These are all messed up. Okay, let's make a deal. What I would like to do is I'd like to make a deal for this church. So as we talked about, I can pay the distance in blue tokens to cut a deal. That star is a victory point. So if I cut this deal and put this card up here, that means I just get a free victory point in the production round of each of my turns, which is convenient given that I'm having to keep up with an AI player that automatically gets victory points for a lot of different stuff. Now they're going to attack me again, but I don't have any locations. If I'd had one with one of these signs, I'd be in trouble, but I don't, so I'm not. Let's see what I'd like to do next. Okay, so one of the other things that I can do that's not building something yet is take an action. So I can spend 1 brick and discard 1 card to get 2 gray tokens that let me build. So I'm going to discard this brick, and I'm going to ditch this brick storage card in order to take 2 gray tokens that will let me build after this 3rd attack. So I get attacked, nothing happens, and now the opponent's going to like pass, like just automatically this next turn, which means that I can just do actions until I run out of actions at this point. So let's figure out what I'd like. I think production is probably my priority right now. So I have 3 of these gray tokens. I also have 3 production cards that only have 1 distance on them. So I'm just going to build them all. 1, 2, 3. I really should take these as separate actions, but there's no one to actually take turns with, so we'll just go for it. As you build, you actually get the item that you produce, plus sometimes a bonus. So I get a gun, a brick, a person, and I also get a bonus, a building bonus of 1 more person. So now I need to figure out if there's anything else that I can do to kind of maximize this for this turn. It may not be that useful to me until next turn, but I've got some production going and that is a good thing. So let's think about that. I don't want to use either of these cards yet. So I can spend 2 people to get another resource or a card. So why don't I just spend them and pull another card and see what happens. Okay, I've pulled a negotiator. Not the most exciting, but that is okay. He is actually good for one thing, which is this ammo right here. This is a resource that is basically a wild. It can be used as any other resource. I would like to make a deal with him. So here's what I can... Nope, never mind. I can't do it. So we'll just hang on to him for a bit. This round is over. So one of the things that's a shame about all this production is that I can't actually do anything with it because at the end of each round, you clear out all the stuff that you accumulated unless you have a storage facility that'll hold it for you. So that was basically resources wasted, but at the same time, I got a lot of stuff built, so I can't complain too much. And that is the end of the first turn. We're going to start again with basically the exact same pattern until somebody wins. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip our connection cards. We're going to draft. Okay, let me think about what I want. All right, I definitely want this. So we'll do a little shuffle. Okay, so that means that the AI is going to get the construction vehicles. I get to pick another thing. I'm gonna go for the old cinema. They get to take this. It's an action, so it'll go here. And then they also get another card, a crossroads in this particular case. So that means that the AI is up to 6 locations right now, and one of the things I'm gonna need to do is try to mess with what they've got this turn, hopefully. So now it's production time, so let's produce. I get 3 workers, 1 brick, 1 gray token, 1 card, ooh, a gun shop. I also produce off of the deals I've made and the production locations that I have. So I get 1 victory point. So now we're 2-1. Not for long. Ugh. I get a gun, which I can use to attack later. I get another brick from my quarry. I get another person from my school. And that is the production phase. So now it's time to take some actions. This time, rather than go for the merchants, I'm going to take these punks into my hand. And the AI is going to take those merchants and automatically get 2 more victory points. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play my punks. I'm going to get 2 red tokens that I'll hopefully be able to use to attack shortly. And I'll put this at the bottom. So now the AI is going to attack me. That means that we're going to draw a card off the top of the deck. Whew, okay, we lucked out this time. They picked out construction vehicles, which has a gear and an arrow. None of those match any of the cards that are out here. So we made it through this one turn. Now it's my turn to take an action. I'm going to spin this gun to get 2 more red tokens so that I can do some damage over here next turn myself. So let's think about this. All right, so it's going to be the AI's turn to attack me now. Ah, no. Okay, so one of their symbols matches all 3 of mine. So it doesn't kill everything. It gets 1 of my locations. And the one that's going to get, there's actually like a list in the rule book that tells you what takes priority. In this particular case, it's going to be the fact that the spoils on this are workers. Those take precedence. So this is going to flip and turn into rubble. This will be discarded. So that means that the AI is going to pass next turn. This is my last chance to attack it. So now that it's my turn, I'm going to spin these tokens. And let's see what I want. I definitely want to take out a location. It's just a question of which. Also, if I want to take out a production location, it's going to cost me 3 tokens. A feature is 4, and action is 5. So I only have 4. I can take a production location or a feature location, but not an action location. Huh. Let's think about this. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pay 3, and I'm going to destroy one of the pubs because the spoils for a pub is 3 cards. So I can just draw a bunch of cards and also reduce the AI territory by 1 location. So let's see what I just get. 3 free cards, pretty good. All right, another school, excellent. A camp and an oil rig. Okay, so we'll pick these up and we will go from there. So the AI is automatically going to pass this turn since they've already taken one of my locations. That means it's up to me to just do as many actions as I can between now and the end of the turn. By the way, I should have paid 2 workers for that punks card, so we'll take care of that right now. Got 2 workers, not 4, to work with.